Hello, I'm David Hart, Executive Vice President at the Florida Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line. Our special guest today is Florida's Education Commissioner, Pam Stewart. Pam, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. It's good to be here.
Commissioner, I'm the father of two high school-age students and a family full of teachers, and I believe that our children are our state's greatest asset. And at the Florida Chamber, our members know that a quality education is so important to the success of our economy and our state as a whole. We also know there's some really good things going on in our education system that aren't always on the front page. I wonder if you could share a little bit about some of the success stories that are happening in Florida.
Sure, I'd be happy to. It's something that I love talking about all the time. And I also come from a family of educators and have grandchildren that are in the public school system right now, so it's very near and dear to my heart. And I think it is, in fact, as you say, our richest asset, and something that we need to take a lot of care about and be certain we're getting this right. The successes in Florida are something we surely can brag about. I think about 12 years ago we were ranked toward the bottom in the nation. And on the most recent Quality Counts release, we moved from 11th to 6th in educational quality in the nation. Pretty amazing jump for us in Florida in 12 years, and certainly that 11th to 6th jump is something that we can be very proud of. But that's not all. We have much more to be proud of. Our Hispanic students are the highest in the nation for graduation rate, and we certainly can be very proud of that. We moved up 5 percentage points in graduation rate in just 2 years. And that may not sound like a lot, but when you're talking about graduation rate, that's pretty phenomenal. Our 4th and 8th graders we are the only state in the nation that our 4th and 8th graders narrowed the gap between white and African American students in both 4th grade and 8th grade reading and math. Pretty phenomenal work that we've been doing in Florida. We are 2nd in the nation for our AP participation and 5th in the nation. While we have so many students participating in AP, we're 5th in the nation in the performance of those students on AP. Recently, ALEC released a report that said we have the highest scores for our high poverty students of any other state in the nation. And I think that's something that we can be very proud of. I think that when we do a good job in that arena, the entire state profits. So those are all things that we're very proud of, and we have many more just like those.
Commissioner, as you know, the Florida Chamber has stood strong for and advocated for high standards, and this is the year we transition away from FCAT into the Florida assessment method. What can you tell us about where we are in that process, and are we on track?
We are absolutely on track. We're ready to administer the Florida Standards Assessment, and the tools have been available for review by district folks as well as parents, and students can go look. And that's available on fsassessments.org. They've been out there earlier than we've ever released that kind of information for districts and for parents and students before. And we're anxious to see how our students will perform on that.
Let's talk about creating a world-class talent supply. In Florida, in the last 4 years, the private sector has created almost 680,000 jobs. But at the same time, today, as you and I sit here, there's 268,000 job openings. What can we be doing as a state to make sure we're creating that talent supply for the 21st century jobs to come?
You know, as well as I do, David, that Governor Scott's biggest issue is jobs in Florida and helping individuals get jobs. And he knows, and we know, that one of the ways to get there is through our education system. And we've been doing that in Florida. One of the things that we can be proud of that I didn't mention before is that in 5 years we've increased the STEM participation by 46% in the state of Florida. And we know that that's where there are many jobs that remain vacant. And so that's an area that we can certainly work to help produce students who can enter into those fields. But in addition to that, I think that our standards do a good job of helping individuals become critical thinkers and problem solvers. And I don't care what the job is. The employers are going to want people who can think through a problem, solve a problem, think on their own, have good judgment, and the standards certainly can help us get there. And we've done a great job in helping our teachers know how to make that shift away from just reciting facts to being able to think critically and solve problems on their own.
Commissioner, I want to thank you for your dedication to our educators and mostly to our students. And to our members, thank you for joining us on another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line.